Hey guys, can you hear me? I don't know how much you heard of what I said before, but I had a graphics card crash. It looks like my graphics card glitched out with my Open Broadcaster software because OBS crashed at the same time as the graphics card. So not really sure what happened there, but yeah, I got to do setup again. The graphics card crashed along with the OBS, and that killed Combat Mission along with it. All right, let's open up all the vehicles. All right, so we only got a few minutes actually. I'm probably end up just going to get a few turns into this, maybe to first contact, and then we'll have to pick this up next week. So far, nothing. Looks like we got a lot of room to develop this engagement. I'm also going to get saved because that graphics card crash is making me paranoid. So if I had to guess, I'm going to say I'm probably going to encounter first line of resistance somewhere right around here and here, maybe along here, if I had to guess. All right, let's see. We got visibility should be about 250 meters, so right about there. So yeah, by the end of this guy's turn, he should be within visibility of what I think will be the first line of resistance, but we'll find out. We'll just space these guys out a bit. I'm kind of interested in just holding the infantry back for now, since I can quickly deploy them wherever I need them. And they're not in danger of being shot in their vehicles back here because of the fog. Rifle fire. Infantry in the orchard to the 11 o'clock, maybe 10.
Enemy armor!
Alright, let's go ahead and back up, just in case there's an anti-tank weapon somewhere in there. Not really concerned about these guys. They're way out over there. Who cares? Oh, there's an anti-tank weapon. Yep, okay. Okay, good. So I could potentially see this anti-tank weapon being set up to get a really nice hit right, like, as a vehicle's going across, getting a flank shot on it. I might want to douse that area with some HE. Unfortunately, I have no fire support. It's going to have to be direct. Also, this guy is getting disturbingly close to their positions without being shot at. It makes me nervous. Ugh, this thing is on a reverse slope behind hedgerows. Makes it hard to see. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is we're just going to pull back a little bit and go this way. We're just going to go around them. If I can get a clear shot into that AT gun's position, then I'll put some HE in there. I don't think I will, though. I'm tempted to sneak this guy forward a bit and see if he can't get a shot in there, though. Let's see how close I'd have to get him to do it. Blast. Blast it. Nope, not worth it. Not getting that close. What are these guys doing? Did I order them out of the vehicle? I did. Instead of telling the vehicle to move, I told them to move out of the vehicle. Okay, so for now, we are well out of spotting range. So if I had to guess, I'd say it's an AT gun position with a couple of squads of infantry for local defense. There we go, rifle fire. Ooh, really close. Ah, did you get him? Nice shot. Okay, guys, oh, actually, you know what, I actually started late today, so I'll run another 10 minutes. Okay, so let's get a little bit more fire down in there, because where there is one guy, there are more. Alright, not a peep. So yeah, that's about where I predicted the first line of resistance on the highway would be. Probably going to be more running along here, and really would not be surprised to see some along here. This is probably a good time to roll the infantry forward and start dismounting, now that we got a better idea. Also, this is an easy distance for them to cover. So we're going to go ahead and roll the trucks forward and dismount the infantry in the trucks. I'll probably keep the infantry in the half tracks where they are for now. And then we'll pull the trucks back afterwards. Yeah, sure, I'll turn off the objectives and the labels. There. Alright, so let's get all this stuff forward. Go ahead and get these trucks and the infantry up now while the fog is still heavy. Alright, and until the infantry catch up, tanks are going to hold position. When I get the infantry up to the tanks and set up, that's probably where I'm going to end the stream. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. We're going to set up the machine. We don't really have a whole lot of choices when it comes to cover for the infantry. We're just going to have to make do. We're just going to have to count on the cover of the fog to limit their exposure. There's not really a whole lot of defensible positions they can set up in. So, get the machine gun set up here. I'm just going to have to rely on using the fog to be able to overwhelm very quickly anything I encounter. User, well, the light conditions are dynamic and always have been. If you have a fog condition and it's early morning, as the day progresses, the sun's going to rise, visibility is going to increase, and the effect of the fog is going to lessen. So it will, no matter what you're going to have as the morning goes on, visibility is going to increase. Maybe not as much as if it was a clear morning, but it will definitely increase. Visibility can change a lot over the course of the scenario, depending upon the time of day and the time of year. You can actually see that in Final Blitzkrieg quite often. You can have missions that have 1,000 plus meter visibility, and by the end of the mission, visibility is less than 100 meters. There is dynamic ground, though. If you have a raining scenario, the ground... Oh, I forgot to dismount these guys. The ground will get wetter and more muddy over time as the scenario progresses.
Los, los! Vorrücken! Los, kämpft! Los geht's, Soldat! Weiter!
User, as far as I know, we don't really have any plans to to introduce changing weather in CMX2. Really, that's starting to get into... I mean, I know the weather can actually change pretty rapidly, but really it's starting to get out of the scope into bigger battles than we really want to deal with.
Auf, Mensch! Los, los, los! Vorwärts, vorwärts!
I'm sure someone will quote how we have a time limit of 4 hours, but I would remind you that it used to be 2 hours, with the average mission only being about an hour, and I think that actually still is the average mission length, is about an hour. But we only introduced the 4-hour limit because people wouldn't stop talking. People wouldn't shut up about it, and we introduced it just so that people could, do with it what they wanted for their own scenarios. But we're definitely not going to introduce features to support 4-hour missions. It's pretty much just there for the few people who want to mess with creating something very different, like a long recon scenario or whatever. We're not interested in supporting those kinds of missions. It's just it's too much. It's going out of the scope of what the game was intended for. Ooh, I like this shot. Turn off the icons, it makes a pretty good screenshot.
Los, los!
Okay, guys, I think this is a good point to stop for the week, right before the combat really starts. We're kind of set up to make the attack now. So we're going to continue this next week, and then we'll pick up some Final Blitzkrieg again, something with a bunch of snow. We'll do something in a blizzard, I think. That sounds right. So thanks for coming, everyone, and putting up with the crash and that horrible disaster of an attack on Grossow. So I'll get this up to YouTube later today, and yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for coming.